mean, we all know you. Could you introduce the rest of the members here?
Absolutely. It's more convenient. On guitar, Reeves Gabrels.
Hi there.
And on bass, Tony Sales. Drums, Hunt Sales.
Now, usually members of a band go out of the band to pursue a solo career. You seem to reverse the process. Why is that?
I get everything backwards.
Your entire life?
Yeah.
Is it one of the happiest periods you've had for some time then?
I think I've gone in and out of happy periods over the last 4 or 5 years, and this one sort of seems to be going on a bit. Can't be much longer.
I read that you were desperately depressed at one stage.
I was desperately depressed about 3 days after I was born. And I thought, well, there's no point in sort of, you know, crying over spilt milk.
But it's now that the music side of things has really become a career opportunity. I mean, the approach of a lot of the younger people when they go into the music side of things is very different from how I remember being involved. They see it as a means to make it. Good suits and, you know, good cars far more than... Well, I never even thought about good suits. They just happened.
Or cars.
Yes, but think how the past few days have been spent.
Yeah. Buying suits and cars. I know. Well, I'm just a modern kind of guy.
Hey, listen, why don't we all say hello to the people at the museum playing and watching it on the screen tonight? Yeah, let's get a cheer for them. Everybody in the museum playing. I want everybody, give us a big suck this. 1, 2, 3, suck! And everybody here, back to you out there, suck that. 1, 2, 3.
Because there's nothing more boring than reading about how a band sounds. So I think if you're right about anything, it's like, can this band live with David Bowie? And that's the sort of, I mean, I often get the impression that that's the usual soft approach to doing an article about, is that, well, what's the angle? I know. Oh, I know, I've got a good one. How do they feel about being in the shadow of David Bowie? You know, that I bet they've never been asked that before. I said I wouldn't do the old songs again.
And that's still in your mind?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'll never do them again. Absolutely not.
Is that not a bit sad?
For whom?
For us.
But I can't work for an audience.
You can always buy the records, though.
You can always buy the record, though. I mean, to my knowledge, unless I'm completely Pete Townsend out now, I've never heard anybody yell out a Major Tom or a Gene Jr. or anything like that.
We do get an occasional Sufi, though.
We have gotten, in America, the occasional Sufi. You do them now.
But what's that?
It was one of his songs.
He said it was a very passionate approach, and yet very upbeat and happy.
Yeah, I think
it's a sort of a very affable.
Considering the fact that 2 band members were dying.
What were they dying for?
Well, Hunt's neck.
Hunt's got the most incredibly stiff neck. He's been walking around like a piece of concrete for the last 2 or 3 days.
He's moving like Ray Charles.
Yeah, he's doing a very accurate Ray Charles impersonation.
Take me anywhere!
Yeah, good old England. We're only allowed to do those 2. How we doing? Go on. Do it again then.
A medley.
I bought this CD, Buck Owens and the Buckaroos live at Carnegie Hall, 1962. And you know, a lot of the country, I mean, he went on the Hee Haw and all that. And a lot of the country bands always had bits between songs, you know. And on stage last night,
he came up last night and said, it sounded like fucking Buck Owens.
It's like we're turning into Buck Owens and the Buckaroos. Without, I mean, between songs, you know. It's like Sonic Youth meets Buck Owens and the Buckaroos.
The role model to which we all aspire, I'm sure. That was the yin part of the question. The yang part was it's always a dark side to this question.
Where I grew up in South London, of course, the big music there was country and western. So to show our country western roots, we're going to do this little flavoured number that we hope you enjoy. It's called Country Bus Stop.
Okay, folks, we have a slight technical fault. It's literally seconds away, so it won't hurt.
We can like. No.
None around the watch out. We can lip sync to the best of it. It's broken. Thank you very much. Play a cappella? Just hum me a bit about
Hunt and Tony, for example, they're still mad at each other over bunk beds.
They're mad at each other for being born in the same time.
Tony won't listen to, won't take cues from Hunt because he's older than Hunt, right? Hunt is pissed at Tony because Tony won't listen to him because he's the drummer, just because, and he's the bass player.
And Hunt won't take cues from anybody,
right? And
because Buddy Rich never took cues from anybody.
It's like Buddy Rich having to be in a Democratic band, if you can imagine what a nightmare something like that would be. And then David is singing up front, and every now and then, you get the girls up front saying, "Oh, David," and of course,
and
the
I
rest of the
remember
band
that
gets
I have a certain position.
Right, exactly.
The band has been together now for close to 3 years, and so the first difference is that we now know each other's name.
You sound like 80.
80 who?
What Tony is trying to say.
My question is directed to Mr. David Bowie. How do you like working fronting the band Tin Machine as compared to doing solo work or working with groups like Queen?
I think it's... That's your answer? No, it's... we count them as our friends. In fact, we try and get to see them as often as we can. We had most of them over for a barbecue yesterday.
The countless critics, that is?
Yeah, and we often have them look after our children when we go out to the theatre and cultural events.
We're trying to talk them all back into going back and playing guitar. Don't give it up.
We really want them to keep taking an interest in music. And the second question?
What else tonight, Greg?
No, I'm sorry. The long-term plans for this band.
Long-term plans.
We're all going to become music critics.
What am I going to say? No, it's going to be really bad. We're the loss. We have no electricity.
Stage production on David's?
Our tour.
On our tour.
Tony.
I
Keep
see.
it light and mobile. That's the only thing.
It's a smaller spider.
We have dancers, but they won't be on stage with us. We have props, but we'll leave them at the hotel.
We're just a small, mobile, intelligent unit.
Right. How many piece band is it now?
4.
It's a 4-piece. So just talk about it. I mean,
5 with me, because I'm a musician too, you know.
Yeah. And when I ask you about
I want to ask you about that.
How's the sax doing?
It's all right. I'm having a guess. I just went and flooded the whole Tin Machine album with. I've got so up about my being allowed to play again. Well, I didn't want to, and Adrian said, "Why don't you all play that saxophone again?" And I said, "Well, it's got dust on it. The pads have rotted." And he said, "But no, but you do it on TVC 1.5. You should." So I dragged it out for that.
And I got so enthusiastic about it that the other week I went into the studio with Reeves Gabrels from Tin Machine, and I just put sax on all the tracks and obliterated all his guitar work. And I'm sure it'll be missing by the time it comes out.
A large portion of that was done down under.
All the words were upside down.
No, the words are upside down.
And the toilet's flushed backwards, too. That threw us.
The water goes the other way.
The bath water goes the other way.
It's true. The Coriolis effect.
There's a place in Kenya that when you stand exactly on the middle of the equator.
On the equator?
Yeah, the water just goes straight down. It doesn't turn either way. And this helpful kind of local guide has a plastic pail and a funnel, and he takes you from one side of the line and pours water through the funnel, and you watch it, and then he says, "No, please come over the other side." And you go over the other side, and he pours it, and it goes around the other way, and says, "No, we stand in the middle." And you stand in the middle, and he pours it, and it all just goes
straight down.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
And then you pay him.
There's a place in Boston where when you flush the toilet, the water comes straight back up.
Yes, we've been to your apartment, Reeves. That's your place, isn't it?
So that's how it affected the recording of the album. Thank you. Yeah.
No, it
Hello. Congratulations on your fantastic album. It's marvelous, absolutely marvelous.
Thank you. You sound like David. David, you have a...
I think it's quite marvelous.
Okay.
Heck of a Japanese accent, isn't it? Yeah. Go ahead, Brian.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are.
Yes, indeed.
Loud and clear.
We always talk like this.
Are you using a phone?
When did
Believe everything you read and nothing what you see. David is just a regular guy. He's got his Dockers on and hush puppies, and he'll be sitting next to the fireplace later petting the dog. And, little lady, could you get in the kitchen and give me something to eat? And I'll go, David, you're in my house. Would you please go home?
Oh, there you go, John. Thank you. We're going to move on. We have a...
That's when we get the separate tour buses and the separate dressing rooms, which we do have at NHK.
Yes, this is the first time we've ever had our separate dressing rooms, but I'm not sure.
We're still talking to each other in the hallway, though.
Yeah, it's a hallway collective. I'm not sure if I'm not ready for this yet, actually, solo dressing room thing. My basic idea is to build up a catalogue of material of my own so that I can quickly get out of this one and go back on the road as a solo artist.
Is this with a tongue-in-cheek or? We have one member here laughing quite wildly and slyly grinning his way. So.
No, that's not at all true. I will never leave this band.
Okay. Obviously, we missed the preface that would have made that funny for us.
Let me come back. And they are these great musicians that happen to have Soupy's sense of humour, and it's contagious, and it's certainly, I know for me, I mean, humour has been a substantial mattress to my life. I've always got on well with humorous people, and I share other people's humours, and I feel that it's brought it out a lot in me. That I feel that it's okay to not, just keep a deadpan face throughout the whole of one's performing life. That it's okay to kind of get some relief every now and again.